Good morning, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. We are using the YouTube chat this morning for questions. It is time to roll. Y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Busy morning, bunch of stuff going on again. Welcome, welcome. Where's everyone joining me from this morning? It's always interesting hearing where people are trading from. It kind of blows my mind just how worldwide this game has become. It's really cool to see. So let's get straight into the scan. We've got some stuff going on. First of all, if you were looking for Guav, I warned you guys last week that they were going to be splitting today, and that's what you see today. They were one of the penny stocks that we're trying to run over the last few weeks. It has been an amazing few weeks, y'all. For those who don't know, it's been an amazing few weeks in small cap in terms of exactly what happened Monday just a few weeks ago. Okay, we had GME. And if you didn't know, Roaring Kitty's back on Twitter pumping GME. And it's been amazing, right? He got an amazing first pump from his first set of tweets. This was his first tweet, and it set off, if you look, a few weeks. Obviously, the move on GME was really quick. But after this move on GME, I predicted, and it happened, all the volume, all the apes, in other words, all the old traders who have now been trading futures and options and all this other crap because they couldn't figure out how to trade stocks while they weren't being pumped by like the masses, they're back, and they've been back in small cap for a few weeks. So we've seen tickers like, well, obviously AMC running Sympathy. AMC's gapping again today. For those who don't know, Roaring Kitty, this cat who pumps GME, it's pretty much his deal, right? He tweeted again last night, disclosing his positions in GME with like $21 calls or something for June, I think it was, and then a large position in GME. So that's what's going on there. Okay, that's what's going on there. So this morning, it's gapping up again. You can see 4 a.m. this morning gapped up back to 46. There are a bunch of hedge funds short and people short again. They're getting squeezed again. I love it. I think it's awesome. You know, what are my predictions for GME? I don't want to really predict anything. You know, I think it's going to have a tough time getting through anything, but you know, it's always these tickers and these moves, even during the meme runs back in 2021, totally went further than even I thought it would, right? Which is why it squeezes shorts, because people don't think it's going to go that far. And they underestimate how many people are just buying these things, okay? So I'm not going to be playing GME. It's my thing, okay? I do this as a profession, right? It's not a game to me. It's not for fun. It's not a cause, okay? Trading to me is not a fucking cause. I'm sorry. For some people it is. That's fine. Leave your money somewhere. Have it be a cause. For me, I'm a day trader, right? So it's about using the volatility, taking what it's going to give us, and then getting the fuck out, because ultimately GME, AMC, all of these companies are the ones who are laughing. They're the ones who are printing money and there are no investors who are going to make more money than the companies themselves are going to make from these moves, if that makes sense. You would almost think maybe GME paid him to do that, right? It's great press. It's a great way for them to put some cash into their pockets. That being said, we'll see if the 30s can hold, right? This pre-market support and stuff like that. Pretty basic stuff. We'll see if the 30s can hold. I don't have plans for that for now. We've got AMC as well. The main simp always. And you can see same sort of idea. Okay. Dude, I was hoping the Stars would win too. I was literally thinking of you, bro. I was thinking of you and your brother. And yeah, what's up, Stock Snipers? I was hoping they would, but my Mavs are going to be playing the Celtics. So I was talking to Jack about possibly catching a couple of the games. All right, GME, AMC, right? GME 30s, we'll see what happens. AMC, same sort of idea. Another one, right, was kind of breaking down at the end of last week, breaking down some support levels, shaking people out, and I've got no firm plans for the memes as of now. The one I hit during the last meme run, like, was KOSS, and it wasn't huge, you know, it wasn't huge, but it was a decent trade for me on KOSS. And if you look, they've actually been kind of holding up since then. Here's the meme run for them, okay, and I was buying them in the 4s and selling them in the 5s and 6s, and it was a good trade. Same thing. They held up 470 this morning. They're gapping up to the 5s. Way less liquid, way less people in it. If you look at the volume, it's nothing close. But it's one to keep an eye on potentially. Outside of that, okay, FFIE last time was the one that ran the most, even more than AMC and GME. Way, way more from a percentage gain standpoint and from a affordability standpoint. FFIE was one of the best moves I have ever seen in my career. All right. Did I trade it? I missed it. I missed it, but I hit CRKN. I hit Guav, which is now something else, right? They've done a split. They're still Guav, but they're up in the 6s. GWAV, that is. Bunch of cheap stocks ran. Okay. Let me get some charts up for y'all too. Sorry, here's Fifi. You guys need to tell me so much earlier than that. Holy crap. Y'all be sleeping on it. That's weird. Anyways, here's GME, right? AMC, KOSS. KOSS been holding up, okay? Sorry, everybody. I get into it. I forget to look at the charts sometimes. So we're seeing them all gap again. It's maybe reigniting this whole move that we just saw, okay? FFIE had gapped down, broke down one, but these guys, y'all, went from 4 cents excuse me, to $4 fucking dollars. That's crazy, okay? That's absolutely crazy. And then within that, we had obviously just a bunch of penny stocks run. Scan's kind of... believe it or not, Scan's kind of tame this morning, all right? Especially for a Monday morning with GME and AMC and all this stuff going on. I find this to be personally a very, very tame Scan. All right, we've got 20 minutes till the market opens, so we have time to get through some tickers, the fresh tickers, okay? Because right now what we're going through are a bunch of old tickers. These are not day one gappers. These are gappers with a bunch of overhead resistance already. All right, let's break them down really, really fast because this is what's relevant right now. We're going to look at our top percent gainers. We're going to go through it as if you guys aren't sitting here and I got to do my pre-market prep without you. So that's kind of the vein of things that we're going to see right now. And I'm going to get you into that process. We've got 18 minutes. Also, oh yeah, the 20th, I'll be in LA. Me and David Capablanca. All right, we're running a joint boot camp, 2-day live trading boot camp in LA. Just hit rwtrades.com and then go to the boot camp section if you want to snag one of those last seats. It's going to be awesome. But for those in LA, I'll be seeing you in a few weeks. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew. Let's move on. Let's get through these tickers because that's ultimately what we need to do. We need to get back. We need to look at all of the action that these things have traded recently. Higher time frame, always going to break down easier, okay? Higher time frame, I'm always going to use when I'm looking at a multi-week move, a multi-day move even. That's what I'm going to do. All right. That's what I'm going to do. For those who don't know David Capablanca, by the way, because you only know his other name, it's Reverse Long, right, on Twitter, and the Friendly Bear podcast here on YouTube, which is a great podcast, a really, 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 really underwatched podcast, in my opinion. All right. Great short seller, really great guy. And yeah, just wanted to mention that. Anyways, GME, break it down really simple. First of all, I'm not going to trade the thing. That's my plan. Okay. It's already running into, well, 40s, right? And then 60s, pretty much. 40s, 50s, 60s. Bag holders in my eyes. Okay. Bag holders. It doesn't mean that it can't do something wacky. The one thing I have personally learned about GME, even though I don't like to trade it because it's too much risk, okay? For me, especially once they've popped like this, it's too much risk, okay? I was mentioning to my people last week and the week before, during this weakness, that I don't necessarily think this is dead. The reason I specifically thought that, by the way, is first of all, how many people were buying this during this run this time? Big names, right? Who are all like, oh, we're going to hodl. This is the area I'm talking about. If you're going to be rebuying these things post the first run, right? There's still bag holders up in here, a bunch of idiots. Okay. But the idea behind this is really just going back historically to what happened last time. Okay. Go to GME, go to their last run. Okay. Here's their first run. Here's their one run this year. They had one push to 68. And now they're pushing back up towards that area, right? Go back to their first run in 2021. Here it is. Look at this. And this is what made me think, you know what? It's going to probably be a longer battle than hedge funds think, okay? In other words, if they weren't covering already. It was kind of the pulse of GME last time, right? Huge run, huge precipitous drop, okay? Another, if you look a few weeks later, another secondary run, precipitous drop, okay? About a month later, another run. Understood? Does that make sense? Let me know in chat if that makes sense to you. That's why, if you're one of my wolves that's in my Discord, that's why I've been talking about it. You know, they like to hit this thing several times, and you're seeing that happening right now. This is the second push. Okay, last time there were 3 pushes. We're on push 2 so far of this pretty epic comeback for these stocks that I didn't think would come back like this. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to underestimate these, but I'm also not going to put myself in a lot of harm's way at all. There's no need for me to do that. It's not what I do. I missed it last time. It didn't make or break me, right? In fact, last time I made a shit ton of money on Express because they were running in Sympathy. So in other words, if stuff's running and you're missing it, it's all right. There are going to be other plays. There are always other plays. So let's get through them. Right now, we've got GWAV. Who, for some reason, are kind of pre-market spiking at the moment. All right. They did their reverse split because they're garbage and they had to get back over $1. All right. They announced a reverse split to regain compliance. I always mention don't hold these things into splits. It's a bad idea. Okay. I don't trade splits on day one. I'll watch it going forward, though. Okay. I don't trade splits on day one. BPTH is our top percent gainer this morning. Let me mute this shit. Hold on, y'all. BPTH is our top percent gainer this morning. They already ran somewhat recently on huge volume. All right. That's always a red flag for me when I'm trying to trade these things. Okay. On that day there, they ran on huge volume. Sorry. Right here, big volume. Went to 7. And then all the way back to $1, right, on BPTH. Now they've PR'd this morning with a 1.7 million share float, allegedly. Ongoing phase 2 combination study, leukemia, blah, 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 blah. All right, so phase 2 news on BPTH. Usually like to see that. That's good. It's a good PR for sure. But again, they've recently done big volume, okay? And they're gapping back up towards some of these previous levels of resistance, okay? So you can see it's already gapping up to the 4s here. I've got previous resistance here in the 5s from the last time they were trading. Obviously 7, 5, 550. Like, it is already getting up there into some areas that I'd expect it to be shorted, okay? In terms of areas that are holding, even this 3 area is holding from last run, okay? So pretty much that's what I'd be watching. Low 3s for a single would be the idea in my mind. And if I can get VWAP and high a day, that'd be great, okay? So that's kind of what I'm looking at on BPTH this morning. It's already a bit extended. Filings, are they important? Yeah, they're really important. Have they taken a bit of a backseat in my process? Yes, they have. But here's dilution tracker. It's what I use to track filings now. Just throw BPTH in there. You can see overall risk medium. Here are the outstanding shares. Is this dark blue? You can see 930, 1230, 331. The float was 0.6 or 0.75. Not the float, but the shares outstanding. And now it's 1.8. So they just added 1 million shares to their share count, which means they've been diluting. And that's what happened during their last run. Does that make sense? Let me know in chat if that makes sense, please. They've got 0.67 million warrants left. It's not too many. They've also got a priced S1 offering at 60 cents. Their March one has been withdrawn. It's not too bad. In other words, it's not, historically it's high, but risk is medium, okay? So nothing too crazy there that would really bother me. The only thing that bothers me here, overhead resistance. So I can't buy it into strength, into previous resistance. Does that make sense? Please let me know in chat. Very, very basic stuff. Big volume, okay? Big volume here as well. It's BPTH. So just one idea, low 3s for me on that. On GME, AMC, I've already kind of given you my idea. The only thing I will play would be AMC weakness if for some reason GME halts up, and then I would look to pretty much scalp some AMC or something like that. I'm not looking to be an ape. It's just not my deal. All right. If for some reason price action took me there to where I could be patient on an entry on something like AMC, okay, then it would. 5, maybe mid 4s or something. Depends what GME looks like, because if GME is the head of the snake, y'all. For those who don't understand what sector momentum is and sympathy plays are, it's very, very important. So I've made most of my money over time to the long side in this game are situations like this, where I have sympathies, I have one stock that's running, and I can play other stocks off of that stock. It's really, really important to understand, okay? YGMZ, we're going to kind of go down the list here and just look at some of these other tickers. Another Chinese penny stock, right? It's been themey, very themed since FFIE ran. Chinese penny stocks, Chinese stocks that are under $1 going to and over $1. YGMZ at the moment, I don't know if they've got a catalyst or not. On the 31st they did, so it's not a fresh catalyst at all. Just kind of a pump. Pattern-wise and volume-wise, actually pretty okay. It's okay. It's not a ton of volume. It's only 5 mil technically. But I would watch for somewhat of an arbitrary idea, but somewhat of a hold of this area. All right, this like kind of 45 area this morning. Maybe even this quick pre-market low for a little pop to VWAP or something and through. It's just one of these ones that has a really nice pre-market spike and is opening weak. Okay, the ones that open really strong, like if this were spiking towards pre-market highs, you know, I'd err to the side that it's probably going to pull pretty hard, right? Generally speaking. No plans on that for now. CRKN, another one of these ones that was running with FFIE and the rest of these memes. 10 cents, y'all, okay? For those who are trying to play these penny stocks, and you're not one of my students, it's what I've been teaching everyone. Like 10 cents is actually a level of compliance for NASDAQ. A lot of people don't know that, but it's not just $1. They also, if they get under 10 cents, there's another way that they can be violating NASDAQ's requirements to stay listed as a stock. Okay. So watch the 10-cent area, a lot of these, right? Look at CRKN, for example. Here's just like a 5-minute chart going back. Here's their big push, right? 5 cents. They went to 60 cents on their run, okay? Due to running with FFIE. They ran 60 cents, okay? Pulled all the way back to where? 11 cents. From 11, they pushed to 30 or 200% basically, okay? They pulled all the way back to where? Here's your 10-cent pull. This is pre-market. They got down to about 9 cents, but then they went straight back up to about 20 cents that day, okay? Here's another 10-cent hold here, 10 cents to 15 cents. And I think we're seeing a little bit of momentum right now based off of FFIE being up again and all the other sympathies. So this is one to watch for a pull as well if everything can continue on. If FFIE continues, then I'm trading CRKN, okay? And I'm trading some of these penny stocks, okay? Some of the old penny stocks from last week. KTRA is another one. I think they did an offering, but it doesn't really matter. KTRA is another one. BRSH is another one. PEGY, PEGY, right? Look at these tickers. Let's look at the dailies so you can see really fast. We've only got about 6 minutes left. Hey, if you enjoyed this pre-market prep session, please smash the like, all right? I'm going to be doing this every single Monday going forward, and I've got a lot of plans for getting you guys some more stuff here on YouTube. So make sure to smash the like, make sure you're subscribed. And then if you enjoy this, I do this every single day for my pack, right? I do this every single day and free watch lists from the site. So make sure you get in there. Make sure you get in the Discord. There's really no other group like it right now, I promise, in terms of what we're doing. The knowledge of how these stocks run, specifically the most volatile stocks right now, there's no one else. There are no other rooms that really have a grip on what exactly is happening since, you know, we've been doing this for like 10 years in here. So it's pretty fantastical. Get in there. FFIE, all right? By the way, I live trade every single day, Monday through Friday, right? Every single day. We don't mess around. I want them to see the good, the bad. Every small part of my process is what has made me successful. It's not just the patterns. The patterns all come and go. It's how to find the patterns, how to trade the setups when they're there and then discard them when they're not there and keep your money, right? All the gray areas about trading, all the shit you see, it's all, you know, enticing and it's all like exciting. But to me, the best traders and the things that have made them successful are much more intangible than the charts that you see, right? The discipline and patience and the attitude and the capital management and the ability to put risk on and take it on. There's a lot of stuff to it. So that's what I try to show every day, the ebbs and flows, and it's beautiful. FFIE, okay. We'll see. If they go, I am going to be hitting the cheapies, all right? I'll be hitting bottom bouncers again, your CRKNs and whatnot specifically. KTRAs, BRSHs, PEGYs, Lucy's, okay? Quickly. PEGY went 6 to 40 cents. Lucy, 20 cents to $1.40, right? FFIE, went 4 cents to $4. Freaking crazy. BNet, it's another one I like, and that might be kind of tied up in this whole idea. Barnes & Noble, education, okay? Even they're gapping up right now. They went from 15 cents to $1.40, okay? So KTRA, here's another. KTRA went from 13 cents to 42 cents, right? 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000% moves that we're seeing, you guys. And right now they're bouncing. So there's going to be some overhead and, and it's not as clean as this first move specifically, right? All of these things are super diluted. Remember how bad they are. The reason that they're trading under $1 is because they're terrible stocks with no cash and no capital and dilutive and Chinese and all that stuff. All right. So don't get it twisted. Stay safe. Like, it's still all about nailing good entries and getting good exits at the end of the day. Right. And being safe, not being an idiot when everyone else is around you being an idiot. We bring it in and we make sure we get good risk reward on our trades. Right. Look at BRSH, another perfect example of this phenomenon that I've been talking about 10-cent holds. Look at this. It's another absolute picture perfect example. 8 cents, okay? 28 cents, 10 cents, 28 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents. And then you can see it starts to tighten up a little bit in here, but back down. And where did it hold? 10 cents, right? At some point, a lot of these are either breaking down, right? Or they're doing a reverse split. So remember that. Remember that. They're not good investments. They're smash and grab hundreds of percentages at a time. Does that make sense, everyone? Please let me know in chat. It's really, really, really important. Okay? But that's the idea. If GME rips, halts and rips and breaks out or something like that, I'm going to be so aggressive trading the sympathies. Specifically, AMC will be my vehicle. Okay? Specifically, AMC will be my vehicle if GME rips. That's my plan. All right? We only got a minute till they open. I'm going to give everything a few minutes to shake out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If you're one of my wolves in my in the Discord, one of my Wolfpack members, we are going to the stage here in a few minutes. So meet me please. Meet me please at Wolf Stage, okay? For everyone else, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Stay safe this week. I am hoping that my personal hope are that the meme stocks rip faces and that a bunch of apes get rich and get to keep trading penny stocks with us and trading the stock market. You know, I don't want them to go back to futures suck. You know, it's a place where a bunch of people are pushing funded accounts. That's all that happens in futures, right? Forex is gone. Everyone who used to trade Forex trades futures because they can't push funded accounts in Forex anymore, so they're in futures. But right now, everyone's trading stocks, and I love it. And why not trade everything? I'm actually specifically going to start learning some other vehicles myself. So, you know, it is what it is. But everyone stay safe out there, okay? If GME rips, I'm going to be trading AMC. If FFIE rips, I'm going to be trading CRKN, BRSH, Lucy, Peggy, you name it. All right? Sound good? Any questions? I hope I broke some stuff down for you. Normally we get a little bit more into detail on individual tickers, but today is not one of those days where it's just 10 random day one gappers. Today's one of those days with one day one. It's not even a day one gapper. BPTH has overhead resistance, but there are hardly any day one gappers. We were trading all specifically potentially backside, maybe breakouts. I don't know. I think backside stuff. So like GME, AMC, FFIE are all backside ideas to me. Backside meaning they're not going to go higher than the front side of the move, in my opinion, right? So on something like AMC, it means backside, it's probably not getting back over 12, right? Same with GME, it's probably not getting back over 60 or 70 or wherever it just was. Okay, that's the idea, that this should be backside, but similar to the first run, even if you look at GME AMC, okay, they had a front side and backside, and the backside still, even if this went to like 60 today, right? Still a lower high, so still backside technically, but we will see what happens, all right? We will absolutely see what happens. For now, we've got what? Halt down, GME. What about AMC? Halt down, right? Holding for now, AMC, okay? So this is a scenario that's perfect to me because what I would hope for is AMC to panic quite a bit, maybe break down 5 and 4 and 3, maybe even halt down, and then GME to halt up, right? At some point. That would be the idea, at least. They could also get destroyed all day long, you know? So I am not going to get in the way of it either way. I'm going to wait for these things to set up properly, and then I'll be trading them. All right? Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. Make sure to smash that like and make sure you're subscribed because we're going to start dropping actual videos here this week. If not, we'll see you guys next week for Pre-Market Prep Monday. Everyone stay safe. Love you all. Have an amazing week. Let's get it.